Hey family, it's Danielle, and today we are going to be discussing how to start homeschooling, specifically in the state of Tennessee. So if you are interested in how to start homeschooling and you live in Tennessee, or you're moving to Tennessee, or you just want a general idea of what steps needs to be taken to start homeschooling, then stick around for the video. Jump into this video. If you're new here, hi, welcome. My name is Danielle and I am the non-traditional mommy, and on this channel we talk about homeschooling, parenting, marriage. We do reviews, we do vlogs, basically anything that pertains to life. I am a mom of 12, I run a business, and I obviously homeschool. So if any of that is of interest of yours, I would love for you to consider joining my family by hitting the subscribe button. To the rest of my non-traditional family, you guys are the MVPs, and I love you bunches. Mwah. Thanks for hanging in there with me, you guys. All right. So today we are going to be discussing how to start homeschooling, specifically in the state of Tennessee. Now, I do feel like these steps and processes can be applied no matter where you live. However, each state has different rules, regulations, and requirements, procedures, processes, things like that. So you definitely want to check with your local government to find out what steps and procedures and processes and requirements and all of those things are to start homeschooling. But I do feel like this is just kind of going to give you a ground basic idea of what you need to do to start homeschooling. And again, this is going to be tailored specifically to the state of Tennessee. So keep that in mind. So I've broken this down into 10 basic steps. So let's just start with number one. Number one, you guys, is going to be decide you want to homeschool. That obviously is the most important step, is you need to first decide that you want to homeschool. When you're deciding if you want to homeschool, I strongly recommend that you figure out what your why is. Why do you want to homeschool? What is the reason? What is your mission? And then write that out. Make a mission statement for your school, because your why is going to be your driving factor, your driving decision making for everything else that comes along in these steps. So starting out knowing your why is going to be so crucial. So the first step is to decide you want to homeschool. Once you've decided you want to homeschool, it matters on if your child was already in school or if they are just now starting school. The steps are going to be look a little differently. If they were already in school, you will have to take them out of public school. Now, with this being a new school year, and if you're here watching this video, I'm going to assume you're looking at the upcoming school year. So school has not started yet, so basically you would not register them with the school that they went to before. You are going to register them with their umbrella school, which we'll get into in just a second. You will withdraw them from that school and let them know that they will be going to another school, and then your umbrella school will handle everything from there, depending on your umbrella school. And we'll get to that again in just a second. So again, step one is deciding that you want to homeschool, figuring out your why, creating your mission statement, and then taking your child out of public school, withdrawing them if they are in public school, or just now you know you're going to homeschool and getting them set up, which is coming along with these next steps. So step number two is going to be to choose a model or a learning style. There are so many different learning styles within homeschool, so many different models, all the way from Charlotte Mason to classical to unschooling, to Montessori, to schooling at home, and the list just goes on and on and on and on. So the next step you want to do is to decide what type of modeling or learning style you want to do, because that is going to dictate your umbrella school. That's going to dictate your curriculum and the next few steps that we talk about. So once you know your why, that can help you decide which model you want to lean into. And if this is your first time homeschooling, more than likely your model, your learning style is going to change as you get more comfortable with homeschooling, as you feel more confident and things like that. But that early on kind of model and learning style is going to come based off of your why. Why do you want to homeschool? So if you are homeschooling so your child can spend more time in nature, or you want your child to have more hands-on learning, then you might gravitate towards Montessori, or you might gravitate towards unschooling, those kind of things. If you're homeschooling so you can dive deep into literature and your kids can read real books and all of those different things, then you might lean more towards Charlotte Mason style. So again, knowing your why will help you decipher what your learning style and model is going to be. So step number 2 is going to be decide what learning style or model you want to choose. So now that you have decided you want to homeschool, you've picked out the modeling style, now you want to research umbrella schools. So here in the state of Tennessee, we are required to be under an umbrella school. So what is an umbrella school? It is exactly what it is, what it says it is. It's an umbrella that covers you. So an umbrella school basically is a school that will cover you. You will be under that school. You will have to follow their procedures. You will have to follow their requirements. They have their own set of requirements and rules and regulations. And so, but they're going to cover you. They are going to be the ones that is submitting your information and paperwork to the colleges or to the government if they need to. They're going to be the ones that you are under. So you are required to have an umbrella school in the state of Tennessee. So step 3 is going to be to start researching those umbrella schools, because you guys, there are so many umbrella schools in the state of Tennessee. Like, your mind is going to be like, where do I start? And that is why knowing your why will help you even in step 3, because your why can help you start to weed through those umbrella schools and quickly decide which ones will work for you and won't work for you. For example, if your why is to unschool, that's going to knock out several of the umbrella schools, because a lot of them may require you use a certain type of curriculum. And so if you know you don't want to do that, that will weed out those particular umbrella schools. I'm going to leave a link down below in the description box that has a list of all the umbrella schools in the state of Tennessee. So feel free to go check that out and just start to comb through all of those different umbrella schools. I will say, you guys, that in the state of Tennessee, 98% of the umbrella schools are Christian based. So if that is going to be an issue for you and you do not want to deal with that whole religious part or the Christianity part, farm school is right now, from my understanding, and if you know different, please leave it in the comments below for anybody that may be looking. But the farm school is the only school that does not have a Christianity kind of for focus. They are an all-inclusive school. And I looked into farm school when we first started, but at the time they didn't offer diplomas. And I really wanted my child to have a diploma in the event that we homeschooled through high school. At the time, I didn't think we were. I thought we were going to stop at 6th grade. but I didn't know, so I wanted to be under an umbrella school that I knew if we did continue, which we did, she would get a diploma. I now saw on the farm school website that they now do offer a diploma, so that is awesome. So again, if you're looking for an umbrella school that is not religious based, that's not Christianity based, then definitely check out the farm school. So the step 3 is going to be to start researching and combing through all of the different umbrella schools that are out there. My particular umbrella school is Home Life Academy. It is Christian based. However, they did not make me sign a statement of faith, because some umbrella schools do make you sign a statement of faith. So again, keep that in mind. These are the things that you will want to know and be looking for when you're researching these schools. What are their regulations? What are their processes? Do they require you to submit your child's folders at the end of the school year? Do they require you to do standardized testing? All of these things matter, and it all is going to be based on why you are choosing to homeschool. So again, step 3 is to research all of the umbrella schools that are out there. So step 4, once you have researched all of the umbrella homeschools, the next step is to choose one. You have to choose one, you guys. Again, in the state of Tennessee, there is no way around it. You have to be under an umbrella school. So if you've researched all of these schools and you're like, I don't like none of them, nope, denied, none of them, you have to choose one. So you need to choose an umbrella school that you want to be under. So once you choose that umbrella school, again, you can reach out to them, get more details, get more clarity on how things are going to work. Make sure that their mission and ideas fit with your mission and ideas of your homeschool, those kind of things, and make sure that that is the one that you want to go to. I recommend choosing at least 3 and then contacting all 3 of those and talking with somebody on the phone, because sometimes just talking to administration can give you a feel, right? Sometimes you could just feel it in your body, like, ooh, that didn't feel good, or oh, you felt sparked up, you felt lit up, you're like, yes, I like that person. So I do recommend choosing 3 and just calling and getting a feel with them on the phone, seeing how it is. If they have a campus, go visit that campus, go see what that looks like, because some umbrella schools have the opportunity where your child could do classes there as well, like satellite schools. So go visit the campus, get a feel for that, see what it looks like. I also recommend you reach out to other parents who are under that umbrella school and ask them the pros and cons of that school. So choose 3 and then continue to do a little more research once you've narrowed it down to your top 3. That's going to be step 4. All right, step 5. We're almost there, you guys. We're almost there. Step 5 is going to be to register with your umbrella school. You have to register, you guys. That is a must. You can't just choose one and write it down on your paper and say, okay, this is what we chose, and keep going. You have to actually physically, financially register with an umbrella academy. Again, that is a requirement. That is a law. If you do not do that, your child will be considered truant, and you will have a whole lot of other issues on your hands. So you want to make sure that you definitely register with the umbrella school that you have chosen. And again, each umbrella school have different rules and regulations on how to register. So there's going to be fees involved. Will you have to sign a statement of faith? Will you have to submit what curriculums you're going to be using? Those kind of things. Those all play a factor with registering. Also, with some umbrella schools, you're going to get perks such as a student ID or a teacher's ID, which comes in so handy when you're trying to get teacher discounts from like Barnes and Noble or other teacher stores. So having that teacher ID is definitely a plus, and definitely something you want to ask about when you're registering with your umbrella school. So step 5 is to register sign up, pay your dues, make it official with your umbrella school. And then you're just halfway done. You are halfway done. It is almost time to kick up your feet. You are just about done. Tell me what you guys are thinking so far. Tell me, are these the same steps? If you are not in Tennessee, are these steps similar to the state that you are in? Is it different? Are you required to have an umbrella school? And if you're getting use from this video and learning some things, please give me a thumbs up as you continue to watch the video and we move right along. So step 6 is going to be to order your curriculums. So you've chose your teaching style, you've chose your umbrella school, and so now you're finally ready to order your curriculums. You guys, the amount of curriculums out there is limitless. Like, it is endless amounts of curriculum on the market for homeschoolers. I would suggest that you go to a homeschool convention if there's any near you and just be able to touch and feel, you know, the books. Look at YouTube videos. There's so many videos out there on different curriculums. I have several that I've done myself, reviews on. I will leave them linked for you guys, but just go and do as much research as you can on as much curriculum as you can, because again, there is tons and tons and tons. But again, going back to your why is going to decipher the curriculums that you lean towards. Because again, if you chose a Charlotte Mason base, then you're going to want a curriculum that's heavily literature based, you know, that's based with a lot of writing and a lot of copy work and things like that. So knowing what model and teaching style you want to have is going to help you choose your curriculum. Also, knowing what type of umbrella school you are under is going to help you choose your curriculum, because your umbrella school may have a certain type of criteria that they're looking for when it comes to choosing curriculums. So that's going to help you begin to narrow it down as far as choosing a curriculum and ordering it. Now, once you've chose, you need to go ahead and order it. You can't, choose your curriculum and then not order anything, or unless you're going to do a more eclectic kind of piecing things together. But even if you're going to do that, you want to go ahead and start pulling all of those things together and getting all that stuff together so you have your curriculum in front of you and ready to go before school starts, which we're getting ready to get into for step 7. Step 7 is going to be to choose a place in your house or where you're going to homeschool. Now, this step is not a law. It's not required in the state of Tennessee. It's not as though somebody's going to be knocking on your door, wanting to see where you're doing school, wanting to investigate and things like that. That does not happen. So this is not a requirement and this is not a law. However, your umbrella school may have this as a requirement, that you have a school or some place to do school set up in your house. Again, every umbrella school is different. But this isn't a law of Tennessee. However, I do feel this is an important step to take, because again, based off of what your model and teaching style is, will determine how much room, if any, do you need in your house to do that. So if you've chosen, Montessori, Montessori is a lot of hands-on, a lot of touching, a lot of exploration. And so you're going to have some room in your house or a place in your house for your child to be able to do that Montessori learning. So again, knowing what your style is, your why, will decipher if you need space in your house. If you're like, we're going to be out doing outdoor schooling, that's my why, I want my kids to be in nature, then I don't need a place in my house, because we're going to spend 90% of our time outdoors exploring and doing school. So again, this step is more so for you to begin to organize and plan on what your school days are going to look like. I do suggest having a place designated for whatever curriculums you've ordered or whatever worksheets and things you've gathered together, that you have that in a designated place that only you can get to, because y'all, it is nothing worse than your child getting into your school stuff and scribbling all over it, ripping pages out, and you're like, so definitely want to organize that and put it somewhere where only you can get to. It's there, it's organized, it's ready to go. So again, step 7 is to choose a location in your home, or how that's going to look as far as where learning will take place. Number 8, almost there, y'all, almost there. Number 8 is going to be to create a schedule and routine. Now again, this isn't a law, this isn't a requirement. You're not going to have to show the government your routine or your schedule or anything like that. Now you may have to show your umbrella school, again, based off of what their requirements are, but you're not going to have to show somebody from the state of Tennessee your schedule. However, the state of Tennessee does require that you do 180 days of school at 4 hours a day. How you do those 180 days, when you do them, when you do those 4 hours a day, they're not concerned with, as long as you're getting your 180 days, 4 hours a day. So keep that in mind. That is absolutely a requirement, and you do have to document that with your homeschool, your umbrella school, showing that you did do those 180 days and those 4 hours a day. So that is why step 8 is so important, because you need to create a schedule and a routine to figure out how you're going to get your 180 days in. So sitting down and just mapping out a schedule of, this is what our school year is going to look like. So for us, school is really all year round for us. We school all year round. But if I had to say, our official school scheduling would be from September to June. That's pretty much how I do it. July becomes very relaxed, so does August. But I still make the kids do like math, and if I can fit in some reading and other things throughout the summer, I will. If we took way more breaks during the school year, then I will still do their subjects over the summer. That's the beauty and flexibility of homeschooling. But you do want to create a schedule so you kind of have an idea of your mind of how you're going to get your 180 days in. If you're the type of person that likes to plan vacations, things like that, you want to be able to sit down and kind of plan those in. Your routine could be block scheduling. It could be, we're going to do math for 30 minutes. We're going to do spelling for 30 minutes. However you want to do that. But again, you want to go ahead and lay that out, because you will have to submit that to most umbrella schools are going to want to have that. So that's going to be number 8, create your schedule and your routines. So number 9 is going to be to plan out your curriculum. So teacher planning, right? You are a teacher. Congratulations. Welcome. Welcome. It's nice to meet you. Nice to have you. You're officially a teacher. So you want to plan out your curriculum. You want to go through all those curriculums that you bought. You want to go through them. You want to become familiar with them. You want to make sure you understand what they feel like your day should look like, what they feel like a semester should look like, because most curriculums have mapped it out for you, and they pretty much are like, day 1, you need to do this, day 3, you need to do this, day 4. A lot of them do that, and so you would have to go through and decipher if that's going to work for your family, if that's not going to work for your family, how you want to switch it up, what things you want to take out, what things you want to go into more detail about, those kind of things. So step 9 is definitely about sitting down and planning out your curriculum. Again, this is not a law. This is not a requirement. You're not going to have some person coming around to your house saying, okay, I want to see your teacher's planning book to make sure that you did your teacher planning. However, I'm going to say this again, your umbrella school, depending on your umbrella school, could ask for your records and say, we want you to submit your teacher plans. So for example, with my umbrella school, once I register the kids, I do have to submit the curriculums and the plan with that curriculum. So what curriculums we're going to use, how that's going to look, blase, blase, blah. So you definitely want to keep that in mind. Each umbrella school has something different, but more than likely they're going to want to know what's your plan. So you want to sit out and plan out your curriculum and just go through those. And plus that helps you be more organized, especially if this is your first time homeschooling, you're new to this thing, you're already nervous, you're already anxious, you're anxiety, you're worried, you know, all the things are going on. So just being more organized and having a plan and a set out at least for that first week is going to transition you in a lot easier. So number 9 is to plan out your curriculum. And number 10, you made it. You made it. You are officially ready to homeschool your child in the state of Tennessee legally. So step 10 is to relax. Relax, relax, relax. Anybody that has been following me for a while and have watched my homeschooling videos, you know this is always going to be in my steps, always going to be in my advice, always going to be there, is to relax, because that is so important. I always say that nobody has your child's best interest in mind like you do. Nobody cares more about the success of your child than you do. So you know that whatever decision you have made, all the steps that you have taken to get you to step 10 have been for the greater good of your child and your family. You have thought this thing out. You have researched yourself crazy. You have prayed about it, meditated about it, whatever you do, journaled. You've talked to everybody that's been willing to listen. And now you are here. You're here at step 10. So now you just need to relax. That's it. Just relax. It's all going to play out fine. It'll all be okay. And if it all just, you know, goes to hell, you can just put them back in school. Pretend like it never happened. We just pretend like that never happened. No, but there will be some things that you take away from it, no matter if it does just blows all up and you're like, what am I doing? There are going to be some key things that you will take away from homeschooling your child that was beneficial to not only them, but to you. So just relax, relax. You got this. So that is step number 10. So there you go, guys. There are the 10 steps to start homeschooling your child, specifically in the state of Tennessee. Again, each state is different, so I do encourage you to look up your state's rules, regulations, and requirements to see what you need to do to get started with homeschooling. They are pretty much all about the same, but they each have little tweaks in them. So you definitely want to make sure that you are following the laws of the land when it comes to homeschooling. If you guys have any questions, if you would like for me to go into more details, maybe about the different umbrella schools, of course, I've only been under one, so I can't speak for the others, but I could just tell you the differences between them, the different models and teaching styles. If you want to see a video over that, we can talk about that. So just let me know in the comments below, what step are you guys on if you are new and starting your homeschooling process and journey? What step are you at? What phase are you at? I would love to know. If you're still here, you're now officially, unofficially part of the family. So we need to just go ahead and make it official by having you hit the subscribe button to become part of the family. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button. To the rest of my family, I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.